Hello and welcome. It's me, your geospatial geek. Today, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about surveying and why you need surveying. First off, what is surveying? I'm sure you must have been hearing about it, especially in recent times. When you talk about land, when you talk about construction projects and likes, you hear people talk about surveyors, survey, blah, 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 and all of that. And you keep wondering, this surveying, what is it? Surveying is the art, the science, and the technology of determining positions of points on the Earth's surface and measuring the distances and the angles between such points. Let me break it down for you. You see, every point on the Earth's surface has data. Northing, easting, height. A surveyor is responsible for determining the data of every point on the Earth's surface for whichever purpose that it is needed. That is it. That is it. Now, why do you need surveying? Surveying is needed in almost every human endeavor. But sadly, in this part of the world, its importance is greatly underestimated. Take, for example, infrastructural development, construction sites, where you have a construction of roads, tunnels, bridges, and the like. Surveyor is needed to actually determine the positions of points needed to carry out such projects. Also, utility installation, your power lines, your water pipes, your gas lines. Surveyors are responsible for determining the suitable point where these should be sited. And then we move on to the one that we are most familiar with, and that's property management. When we talk about property boundary, that is when you see people. Have you contacted your surveyor? Does your surveyor know about your property that you want to acquire? Have you done the survey of this particular site? This is not the only aspect where you need surveyors. In case you don't know, you need surveyors in many other aspects, but this is the one that we are most familiar with. If you want to do things right, surveyors should be contacted when determining the boundary of your property, or even before you acquire that property. Also, property valuation. If you want to properly value a property, proper documentation is needed, first of which is your survey plan. So yes, when it comes to property management, we need a surveyor. Another aspect is scientific research. Areas like geological surveys, archaeological sites. The archaeological site is actually a very interesting one, because it will sound funny when I tell people that the archaeologists also need a surveyor. Yes, they do. They need a surveyor to help them map out historical sites where they can carry out proper documentation. Then another aspect again is the environmental studies, mapping and monitoring. Surveyors help to map and monitor environmental changes. This is actually a very interesting one, because I worked on something like that when I was in school as my final year project. Surveyors help to map and monitor changes like deforestation, pollution, erosion, and the likes. Another aspect again is GIS, Geographic Information System. Surveyors help to collect data needed for GIS, which is Geographic Information System, and mapping. It is important to note that GIS does not encompass the whole body of surveying, and it will never be able to do that. It is just one aspect where survey is needed. Now, we all know what surveying is and why we need surveying. Until the next segment, traverse with me.